What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to One Way Bay. It's a good thing you guys got here because I've been hard at work doing some things, and we have a lot to do in this episode. The first thing I did was not very major, but I put a couple more trees around here. It just kind of brought the entire little theming thing over here together. So I think the Posh Mall is pretty much done. The next thing that I did was add a couple more trees around here to kind of bring it all together. And then I think the final thing that I did was start this whole district. Yeah, look at this. This looks great, and I can't wait to complete this in this episode. But, guys, you know the drill. We haven't done this in a long time, actually, so this is kind of a good little practice run for you, I guess. We have to name this district. So, guys, suggestions in the comments, as usual. And we'll go ahead and pick something out for this little district. Like I said in the last episode, this district is going to be mostly low-density housing. We're going to have a little bit of a river zone. We might even zone that leisure. Who knows? And then there's going to be a park in the middle blocks. Sheffield Hills. It works, I guess, but I think we can do a little bit better. So, guys, let me know in the comments. We're going to be working on this in this episode, because clearly we have the demand for it. But the first thing that we have to do right away is check out our trash, because we are, once again, kind of in the middle of a situation. So let's turn on another incinerator plant. And then I had a good comment from the last episode that said maybe to entice some of the industry to move in, we should put a park in the area. So I don't know about a park, but a plaza. I do like putting plazas in this, in the industrial areas, because parks have a lot of trees, and the industrial zones tend to make those trees brown. Albeit the plazas also have some trees, but I just feel like you'd probably see a plaza in a industrial district before you see like a towpath or one of these parks. If I can scroll through and find any of them, really. I mean, even this one would probably work, the small park that I made. This is a pretty decent plaza here, too, which we should probably use at some point. There's a lot of fountains in it, though. I'm not so sure I like that. But either way, what is this? Did I get this in a mod? The Modern Art Plaza? I may have. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's see if that park being there is going to help Soothill at all. And I think if this doesn't end up helping get some industry moved in when we have a little bit of demand, I think we'll resort to putting a school and a high school over there. And if that doesn't work, I don't know what's wrong with this district. It could just be completely screwed. Who knows? Anyway, there's apparently a little bit of a death issue over here in suburbia. I don't think we're in a death crisis, although it is looking like it's trending toward death crisis. So should we put a crematorium in over in suburbia? I think so, because we don't have anything over there right now. So let's go ahead and put something in just to help a little bit. The coverage on that is not so good, which is kind of sad. Maybe we should put it here. No, it's still not so good. Maybe put it here, right? The coverage there works a lot better. Yeah, I like that. It'll be like the tree crematorium, Tree Hill crematorium or something. I don't know. I'm not good with coming up with names on the fly. If you guys didn't know that, you guys clearly haven't been watching me enough. But what? Okay, so I took all of this land over here down to pretty much sea level, and occasionally it just feels like it's drowning. Even though that's not the case. That's clearly not the case. There's no water at all going through here, but yeah, sometimes it just feels like it is. So I don't know. We're gonna get little warnings about that every now and then. Over here, I had to connect this to the main road that runs through the entirety of One Way Bay's downtown areas. So I made this road into a crossroad. I put a road here that goes in, and then a road over here that comes out and connects up to this little intersection. These train tracks, I had to actually go through and move. And I didn't want to do it because train tracks are the most annoying thing in this game. They snap to everything, including other train tracks. So I didn't want to, but I had to because the bend was previously a little farther in here. It was a longer, bigger bend. So I moved it this way, kept it straight up to here so we could get a nice crossroad going. And it really benefits from it. It really looks good. I've been watching the trains here, and it doesn't seem like this is going to be a big, like, traffic jam situation over here. So I think we're going to be okay, even though these crossroads are pretty close to each other. I think we'll be fine. So, all right, let's get some housing rolling up in here. I want to do some path work because over here we did a bunch of path work, and I think it turned out really well. I love this little area of, what is this, Springler Row, and the little paths in between all the houses really look good. So I want to carry that over into here. So it just kind of takes a little bit of influence from its neighbor across the river, but I think we're going to use the paved paths, and maybe we'll just do some sort of housing division over throughout here. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll just do like a square in the middle of all of these. Kind of like this. Is this going to be a good idea? This might look a little strange. It might. Oh, maybe instead of that, we'll do something like this. So I like that a lot. So, and then this one will come over like this, and it'll start kind of the opposite direction. And I think this is going to be really cool. Wait, did I do this the wrong way? No. Actually, it's going to be the same. It's just going to start and look a little different. Or we could mirror it. I'm not sure which way is better for this. So, alright. We'll do something like this. Does that look cool? That looks pretty cool. I like that. This one I'm not sure. Oh! I also wanted to mention that, the trams. We could get some trams in here. I don't know. The tram station is enormous. It is such a big station. It's kind of ridiculously big, actually. But, so we could put it in here in the middle of the district, but then we're taking away the park that we want to put in there. So I'm not sure. We either put it in the middle, or we could put it maybe over here, and I'll have to adjust, like, I was thinking of putting it maybe right here, and then having to adjust this one out. I do want to put some parking lots over here, because you'll see what I want to do with the Riverwalk kind of area, and we'll get that done as well. I don't know, is this little hump higher than the rest of the area? Like if I take this and I go, it is. Okay, cool. Let's just do this down the bank of the river. Hopefully that'll keep some water out. It really shouldn't need it, but apparently it does. And yeah, I went through and did all of this landscaping off camera. You guys know how much fun landscaping is on camera, but it turned out well. I even smoothed the river a little bit. There were some little jagged areas. I think this really turned out well, and this is going to be really cool to see how it's done. I took some inspiration. I was in San Antonio a few months ago, and they have the Riverwalk in there. If you guys have ever been to San Antonio, you probably know what I'm talking about. But the Riverwalk is a really cool little feature of their downtown. There's a river running through downtown, and it's kind of like submerged under the actual structures, like the street level. And they put paths on each side, kind of like the quay walls that we have in the game. They did that, and then on all of these walking paths, there's just bars and like restaurants and really fun things to do. So I want to take a little bit of inspiration from that, and then kind of do our own little variant of a river walk down here. So you guys can probably name what we should call it. We could just call it a river walk, or we could come up with our own name, the One-Way Bay. I don't know. You guys can let me know. We'll do something fun like that. And then, is this gonna... Okay, that's a little risky right there. I don't like how this is going here. I kind of want to just bend that around like that. Actually, that looks really good like that. And then we'll finish this over here. And then I'll go through here later and put just some trees or something throughout here, just to give this little area a little bit more flavor. I think it's going to turn out really well. I don't like how that just happened. We'll probably want to fix that because that did look a little ridiculous. But we also want to go through and put some parking lots in here. But once again, I'm not going to do that in this episode. You guys let me know if we should put a tram system right here and run the tram. I was kind of thinking just around the outside of this kind of main big square we have going on here. Should we do trams or should we not do trams? Let me know on that, and I'll just kind of hold off on this little area over here for this episode, and we'll figure it out next time. Let's, I guess, continue going through here. And actually, before I do that, let's zone a couple houses. Let's try to get some housing moved in here to this new district as we kind of continue to lay path work down. And hopefully, it'll attract some people. I'm really hoping that once more people come in here, they will also, that will also see some demand for industrial go up. That'll take care of some of that. Those issues that we are having, I'm hoping, maybe not, I don't really know. Yeah, this is gonna look really cool. I really like this district so far, just because it's reminding me of just that, like I talked about in the last episode, the suburbia, classic suburbia that kind of happened from all the city sprawl that occurred after World War II in the US at least. Probably not so much in Europe. I'm just gonna say it. They were probably rebuilding from, you know, total war that was happening. Oh, that looks cool. But yeah, this is kind of gonna be what we're gonna go for here. If you guys didn't know or couldn't tell, I'm kind of a history buff in a way. I love history, and I kind of hope I could play some more historical games on this channel at some point. But I'm not sure when that's gonna be, so we'll kind of play it by ear on that. But yeah, let's. Oh wow, we're gonna need everything over here. I completely whiffed on that. Completely forgot that we're gonna need utilities of any sort. But let's just get some of that going. Water is important, but also electricity, because I guess if the houses have water, that's great. But if they don't have any lights, then how are they going to take a bath at night, you know? So let's actually run some electricity over here from over here. That works for now. And then the thing about power lines in this game is after a certain point, you don't have to use them anymore because all of the buildings kind of connect to each other. And it looks a lot better without power lines. I mean, I guess some strategic power lines here and there could make for a really cool design concept, or what is that the word I'm looking for? Design concept, I guess. Sure. But yeah, for now, wow, look at that. The coverage is just barely not on that road, and it's okay because it doesn't need to be. That's really cool. I'm not sure what we want to do over here. That's the one thing that I couldn't figure out. This kind of area of property is on a cliff, and I'm really not sure what we want to do with it. We could turn it into like a median, because look, there's basically, this is just here to control the flow of traffic. So people have to go like this way, they can jump through here and go this way, or if they have to go to the left, they can jump on and go that way. So that's really just all it is. We could put some like storefronts up, but I'm not exactly sure if we want to do that. And wow, people are really moving in already over here. So let's continue with our little zoning scheme plan. I don't know. This is going to be a really cool district, although I'm not so sure about services. We're going to need a high school for sure, and that's going to cover the entirety of this district. So that's really cool. If I could just find one little piece that'll cover most everything. Actually, right there is really good. Should we put a high school right here? That's a lot of money that we don't have. We're also losing a lot of money at the moment. And actually, suburbia is hurting for a high school as well. Do we want to put one in suburbia? I don't know. We might just want to put one over here. I'm kind of thinking that, but we also need a an elementary school. I don't know where we're going to put that. Can those go back to back? I think they can. Okay, so the elementary school goes up to the little divide in zones, and that one goes to halfway through. So look at that. We're going to be fine to put just a school block in there. It's going to be cool. We're actually hemorrhaging money at this point, but I think it's just because it's nighttime on a Monday. It's 2:30 in the morning. So we should be seeing a bunch of people coming, like, going to work. So maybe we'll see some more revenue from, you know, public transportation. I'm hoping, because we're kind of in trouble here. Also, I'm going to put remember how I put the taxes down for industry? I'm going to put those back up, because that can only help us right now. Should I also put the housing tax up? No, probably not. Yeah, let's keep it how it is. Hopefully throughout the day, it seems like we get a lot more in our budget, like way more than we're losing at our worst, if that makes any sense. And actually, look at the temperature. It's finally going up, but wow, we have so much electricity that maybe we should think about closing down a power station for, like, the time being. Is that a good idea? I think it is. We had a really big issue at one point regarding power. I turned all of them back on, and it seems like... Did that adjust yet? No. What's going on? Why do we have so much power right now? What if I turn another one off? Is that going to make us go broke? Or are we going to be okay? Oh, no, that's going to make us go broke. Okay, turn that back on quickly. Okay, good. But we'll keep one of them shut down, because we do have enough power, but just barely. So I think that's definitely going to help our budget out. Look at that. At the outset of this episode, I definitely wanted to get the Expo Center. I did remember that, but it's not looking like we're going to be able to now that we don't have any cash on hand. So, I don't know. No, let's not yet. I was going to say let's put our first commercial area throughout here. And actually, yeah, let's take a look here at the leisure district. This is, yeah, leisure specialization. Causes noise pollution, and the commercial zones are active 24/7. Do we want to do that in here? We don't want tourism, that's for sure. But, I mean, the leisure district could be kind of cool for the river area, but I'm not sure this district is going to be well equipped enough to handle the 24/7 people, like, driving through it, you know? I wanted this district to be kind of more relaxed, but at the same time, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe we'll just have a little bit more activity going on in Sheffield Heights, or Hills. Why do I keep saying Heights? Is that an actual city somewhere? Probably. I don't know. But yeah, also, we need to rename this. Also, what is power is being a bit of an issue at the moment. You know what? Let's turn this one back on, and then let's adjust our budget. Remember how we adjusted our budget for nighttime for our power? It's actually not as bad as I thought, but let's turn it down. It's still going to save us a lot of money. Our healthcare is way high. Should we turn that down maybe like 5%? I don't really know if we should, but I'm going to, and we'll just kind of observe it. Actually, maybe that's a bad idea because we have a lot of dead people at the moment. So, I don't know. Actually, Suburbia seems to have recovered finally. I think the fight against death waves starts in the suburbs, because as fast as you can clean up dead people from the suburbs, we'll get new, like, families moving in with children who will then grow up and move to the city, where they will then go through and fight the death waves because they'll be warriors of death. That's definitely not the right phrasing that I wanted to use there, but you guys get what I was going for, right? They'll come through and clean up the dead, and hopefully keep the death waves to a minimum. But, alright, we have a bunch of demand for residences again. Residences? I keep saying residencies, but I don't think that's the right word. Am I right or am I wrong? Is that a bad... It's not a bad word, but is that, like, the wrong word to use? A residency, I think, isn't that when you, like, work at a hospital for like part of your student career. You do a residency there. I'm pretty sure, right? I don't know. Somebody let me know. You guys are definitely like my spell check and my grammar helpers. Let's go with helpers, sure. But yeah, let's, you know what? This episode's actually flown by so far, right? It feels like it's gone quickly. We've gotten quite a bit done too. And we have so much demand right now for residential that we just can't even keep up at this point. Guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up. This one was a really quick, fast-paced episode, I think. It might not be, but it felt like it when I was doing it, so, you know, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and probably finish all the path work throughout here. It's gonna look pretty cool, I think. And then we'll probably go through and put some trees down. And then the next episode, we will have renamed this district. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and then we'll go through and work on this Riverwalk area. You guys can also name that area down here in the comments, and then hopefully by then we will have solved our emerging death issue, and hopefully the demand will come up for some industry, and Soothill will get its ass into shape and start working. But yeah, until then, guys, stay tuned, and we'll be back here in One Way Bay next week.